above one or the down below one? We're live. We're live. We're going to play a little video. We're still waiting for our guests to come on. Here we go. Hi. Hi.
Blessed be.
Blessed
Live
be,
from New York, baby. Here I am, me and Lucky.
Woo!
Awesome. Lucky.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Hey, listen, we because you got in here at this.
The show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3,
Rita,
2.
something happened. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, live from New York.
All right. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna start the show now. It just went live. All right, I'm just gonna put you down for 1 second, okay?
That'd be fun.
Right back with you. All right, good evening, everybody. That was our guest, Lady Rhea. And I just want to take a couple minutes at the beginning of the show because I want to say a couple things. One, now you just noticed that the introduction for Blog Talk just started. This is the thing. Okay, now I've been with DTM Wicked Radio for many years. I don't even know how many years. And unfortunately, they are dissolving their network. And so this show and next week's show will be the last of our Blog Talk shows. Very, very sad. But we are still here. The Fox Den is still here. We are still streaming on Facebook and YouTube. We are still, all our audio is still going to be on Anchor FM, Breaker, Spotify, iHeart, Radio Public, Overcast, RSS, and Podcast. All those things in, we're adding more and more and more all the time. So me and Mama D are working really hard on doing that. Mm-hmm. Now, I really have loved being part of the DTM family for so many years, and I know Denny and Tiffany are going to do fabulous things in their Bloody Murder production company and with Sci-Fi Horror Fest, and I wish them the best of luck in everything that they do. They have my full support. I wholeheartedly love them to death and appreciate everything they've done for me over all the years being on their network. And also, I want to talk about last week's show just a tiny little bit here, because here's the thing. All right, I have worked for years and years and years, and I mean work. This show is work, okay? Bringing you the best guests that I possibly can, right? I bring people that are going to help you. I really strive for that. I do my research. I read an awful lot, okay? I do, to bring you the best guests that I can. I mean, I bring you not only one genre, like a lot of radio shows are one genre. I am every genre, okay? I just want to help you in every area, aspect of your lives, right? And that's what I strive for. And those of you that know me, that is what I do, right? Now, I bring you life coaches, psychics, numerologists, animal communicators, marketing and branding people, cryptocurrency people, cryptozoology people, UFO and paranormal people, guests on voodoo, hoodoo. And like tonight, we have a high priestess in the witch community. I bring everything that I possibly can to help you. So my point is, I really strive hard to bring you the best shows that I can. And last week, we did a little spoof show on a serious subject, and I wanted to make it a little bit light. So we dressed up as gypsies, and we were calling out fake psychics. Some people got offended. That was not our intention. We weren't singling out anybody in any way, shape, or form, right? The only ones that should be offended is if you are a fake psychic, a fake healer, a fake anything, and taking advantage of people. Those are the people that should be insulted, not anybody else. So we weren't intentionally picking out any groups in particular, just fakes, right? So if you were upset, if you were offended, I apologize. Unless you're fake, then I don't. Okay? And then on that note, I'm going to start tonight's show. I'm going to play you a little video, and it is a short one, on our guest tonight, and as soon as it's done, she will be with us. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fox Den. I am Gina B, here with Mama D, every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we have Lady Rhea. She is an author, a teacher, advisor, and high priestess and head mother of 3 traditions spanning 5 decades. Creator and author of The Enchanted Candle since 1979, the Witch Queen of New York that still contributes to the community with love and compassion. We welcome you to the Fox Den, Lady Rhea. And here she is. And I love your colorful scarf that you have on.
Okay, before we start, can I ask a question? Sure. I love that scarf. The name that's on your
I signed into
your name.
one of my coven members' screen because by the time
Okay,
I
so
got here, it was running late. So I used her name to get in because I had sent her this in case I was late, which I was. See, I'm a good psychic. I could predict I would be late.
That's fabulous. Jonice is here, and Jonice is the one that actually said to me a long time ago that I should have you on the show. And we finally made that happen because I booked my show so far in advance. Yes. And I'd love to say hello to everybody that's in the chat room. And Fox says, hi, Lady Rhea, and Dave, and hi, Lourdes, and Donna, Gretchen, and yay. Okay, everybody share the show. If you wouldn't mind, share the show. And thank you though. See, now she fixed your name. Lady Rhea, welcome to the Fox Den.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
And it's live from New York City. Hello.
Hello.
New York is in the house.
Yeah, baby.
I'm a very lively
This is great. I'm glad. I'm good.
Yeah, I talk a lot. You'll be asking me to be quiet by the end of the night.
Oh, God, I don't think so. I don't think so. We can go over. You know what I mean? The show's 2 hours, and if you go over, you can go over anything. You know.
Okay, that's beautiful. So I understand that this is one of your last 2 broadcasts
on DTM. Just DTM. DTM Wicked Radio is dissolving. That's Denny and Tiffany's network. So that's that blog talk that just started, and it's going to end after the 2 hours. However, we'll still live stream on YouTube, Facebook. Okay. Our audio still goes to Anchor, and from Anchor, it still goes to all our other venues.
I'm just happy to hear you. It's not your show that's ending. It's just a particular.
No, you can't get rid of us that easily.
Oh yeah, no, just
I've heard such wonderful things about the 2 of you.
Aww.
Ever since the ad went out, I'm getting, and thank you so much, Jonice. Goddess bless you. You know you're my girl. I got so many texts from people saying, "Wow, Lady Rhea, you're really going to be on the Fox Den." So, a big heart to you guys because everyone was like so excited to hear that I was going to be on here tonight, and they're writing to me. That's fabulous, and everyone's excited, and I'm excited. And tonight, I do have a special event I have planned because I was here to come with my coven sister from the Minoan Sisterhood and use her computer because mine is down. So I said to her, Rhea, I says, I'm going to introduce you tonight. And she said, oh, thanks a lot. But we're actually
absolutely bring her on.
We work together a lot. So tonight at the end of the show, what we've been doing at the end of our shows, what we do together is Rita and I, whoever I'm working with, we like tag teaming, and we do live free readings, 1 question, 1 call.
Oh, nice.
Check that out. Tell your friends, hurry up, go run, bring them back so that they're in with this.
So we'll be doing that tonight for everybody towards the end of the show. So it's kind of like, it's like a nice nightcap.
Oh yeah, yes, please. I could use a nightcap.
Psychic. So, like you said, if you're not a fake psychic, let's put our cards on the table, so to speak.
Absolutely. Exactly. If I bring you on the show, you're not a fake. Right? I do my research.
Thank you, Annie.
I bring my cards on the table. We love reading. I've been reading since before I even got initiated. I read cards. I mean, that was quite popular back then.
Right. So, all right. Let's back up. Let's start about you, okay? Because what exactly, because for some people that don't know about, witches, the covens and this and that, what exactly is a high priestess, and how do you get to be a high priestess, and what are your responsibilities as one?
Well, a high priestess is actually, you can have more than one in a coven, but one rules the coven. And there's usually, if it's a Gardnerian or a Welsh or a general Wiccan style coven, not like the Minoan sisterhood, there's a male and a female partner. So it's very much based on Mother Earth, Father Sky energy, male and female, very balanced. Um, we believe in um, God is a woman, God is a man, that it takes two energies. I mean, like,
It does.
everything has to have, even
Yin and a yang.
single cells have to either reproduce themselves, have a male and female energy within it, because that's reproduction. So we recognize the feminine principle, the feminine divinity. A high priestess is, in most any kind of Wiccan coven, she is the leader, the ruler, and the male counterpart is there to assist her. Some groups, like the New York Wicca, that I've come from, believes in two ways. The high priestess will always be the leader, but from Samhain, the time of death, October 31st, until the spring, where the Persephone, the maiden, returns to Demeter, the high priest does the circle. The high priest does the other parts of the ritual, whereas the high priestess is there to be always the goddess representation, but it is actually from Samhain to March 21st. It's he rules. And that's when we have Yule, we have all the solar rituals. Um, so it's a balance. That's how we balance.
Yeah.
And how we get together is the usual crowd or group, because we don't have a lot of us don't have large temples, but we have plans for the future. But right now we don't. And so since I was initiated back in 1973, everything was done in the living room of someone's home. Who shares hosting it? If a high priestess can't host it in her house, she usually has a coven member she'll rely on. Coven members come, they help set up the circle, they help break down the circle, we clean up behind each other. If not, what you're going to find after a while is a hostess who says, don't come.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
true.
mess with my house,
we
I
all
don't
have
think
to
so.
do our part. And so it's always been like that. And a lot of times we have meetups. We have the witches' balls in New York, which are very famous. Started back in a street fair in 1975, 76, somewhere around
Was
there.
that the dance that went viral? Was that from that one of the street fairs? Oh my God, that was hilarious. I love that dance with all the witches
The
dancing.
witches
with the
doing
broom.
that with the broom.
Yeah,
And
that was,
Yeah.
it was like,
that started somewhere, I think, in Ukraine or
oh,
Germany.
was it? Oh, all
area.
right. All right.
But 1975, this happened on 19th Street in Manhattan in front of the Magical Child. And Herman held one of the first public live rituals. He closed down the street. He had a street permit to close down 19th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. Was a big
Wow.
deal.
That's
Yeah.
a huge deal. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even now, when we have we have Witch Fest, Darian Ravenhawk does a fabulous Witch Fest on Astor Avenue. And 4 years ago, I said to her, she's been doing it for like 15 years. 4 years ago, I said, Starian, we need a parade. And she said, really? I said, yes, we need a parade. And so she had to go through the police department to get
Wow.
permission for us to parade Witch Pride from 14th Street straight down Broadway to Astor Place. And so there I am walking down the street with these witches behind me going, hello, hello.
Pretty awesome.
I have such
Oh,
fun.
I love it. That's great. That's
I meet
bad.
folks. I wave to everybody. We say hello because look, I'm wearing a rainbow, so obviously I believe in my pride, my colors. I'm a rainbow child. My favorite magnet on my refrigerator says, "Sorry, I missed church. I was out busy practicing witchcraft and becoming a lesbian." You
No, you work with your wife, right? She's your partner,
yeah,
in your shop and in the coven.
yeah, 28 years.
Ah,
Wow.
fabulous. Good for you.
Yeah.
Now you were in
Thank you.
Manhattan, now you're in the Bronx?
I started out on East 9th Street, my own store with Carol Bouzone in 82. I opened Enchantments.
Yeah.
And then I had a child, and around 87, just couldn't do her and the business. By the time she was 2, it was too hard. So
Yes.
I sold my half
Yes.
to Carol, and then I moved on. And then later on, I came back to Manhattan. And then I finally left Manhattan because she was still too young. She was only like 6 or 7. And I just said, I have to work near home. So I said, you know what? The Bronx doesn't ever get things like occult stores. It's always been bagel stores, nail salons,
Nail
deli.
salons?
Oh,
Yeah.
nails, but pizza shops. And so I said, I'm going to open up in the Bronx, and I did. And then 4 years ago, I closed having a public store and now rent a studio from my lovely witch sister, Rita Sagara, my
Ah,
living
where
reader.
is she? Where is she? Get her.
Come in soon. She's
She's
great.
hiding. She's
No
like, I
hiding.
really don't want
I
to
have
be
her in
here.
the shadows. She
Ah,
in the book.
no hiding in the Fox den.
There's
No,
2 entrances to a fox den.
yes, there is.
There always is. A fox
Yes.
is smart. As a matter of fact, fox is in the Lenormand cards, and it means being wily.
Yeah,
Um,
very smart, very intelligent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're the guardians between our world and the
yes,
spirit world,
yes,
and they're the mediators and the guardians. So
yes, they are.
yeah, I'm
So
all about them.
I, I love the name of your show, the look of your show. I'm so happy to be here. And like I said, I'm going to talk a lot about my history right now. So we went from that into now I have a beautiful private studio in the basement of a house. And I read down there. I make my candles down there. And I work from there. But right now, like, I've been home more, not traveling as much.
There's some of the candles.
Yes, and I have some live.
Pretty.
Yeah, she brought some.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
This
Wow.
is I hope the glare isn't too much.
Yeah, you gotta have
It's a
to.
little bit. You gotta sort of tilt it.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you see this?
a little bit,
No.
a little bit. Yeah, the glare is horrible. Like when you put it up to the screen, you really gotta tilt it back. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
This is the
Oh,
money.
the money one. I
Saw
need
that
that.
one. Oh,
I need that one.
we,
Especially
we should have one that has computers on it for us,
Right.
Chief.
Well, this is uncrossing.
ah,
Good for computer problems. Then I brought a spellbound.
yeah, we need one for new computers.
Yes.
We need new computers, so we need the money and the new computers.
So does she.
I don't
Yeah,
want
you
to talk about computers anymore. I'm so aggravated.
Okay, what
Okay.
is this one?
This is a spellbound. So it's actually Mercury and Venus in a heart.
Oh,
That's a spider web, so it's like you're trapping the communication, you trap the one you desire. It's sort of based on Arachne. She was the web weaver.
very
So,
interesting.
yeah.
So a
And
little love potion too.
Yeah, this is very tribal looking.
Gorgeous.
This is I keep turning it wrong.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just bend it forward. Yeah, like
There you
that.
go.
That's
This
nice.
is Santo Muerte.
Oh, okay. Day of the Dead.
So this was a general template for her. And what was always there was the 4 crosses, the feathers, and one side piece like this. You see that S on the side and 1 or 2 S's on the bottom. I'm so retarded. Anyway,
I love you already.
so
Mhm.
what I added in here, if you can see it, is these two pieces here. This is angelic language. You know what a kamea is? It's a
No, I
square.
don't.
It's a square of numbers, and they're attributed to the planets. So a square of Saturn has a certain set of numbers in these little boxes. So Saturn being the scythe, and her that is her ritual tool. Israel Regardie wrote a book on the making and use of talismans by using the numbers according to the alphabet. So S would start at, say, number 6, and then you find the letter A. So then you find the A and you go up like this, and then you
Yeah, it's
find
cool.
the N and you go across like this, but the N attributed to the number. So then I actually wrote Holy Death in angelic language. And so
Really cool.
I put that in the empty spaces so that whether my adding to her design was correct or not, I knew one thing: the God will lay his hand where his signature lies.
So Jonice is answering questions in the
In the
chat.
chat room. Thanks, Jonice.
Yeah. Colette says,
Beautiful.
what does a high priestess do? Watch the very beginning of the show because we went over that. And Jonice says she's the high priestess is the female clergy of witchcraft, which is like, yeah, it's a short and sweet
You're
version.
right. She's got
That's it.
it's
Yeah.
a more under. She's making it more understandable for your viewers.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
speaking
short and sweet.
more like they understand what this is. Yes, I would be the head clergy, head mother witch.
Good.
All good.
All good. All good.
Colette, all good.
Yeah.
The only bad thing about this show is my hair. Mhm.
Your hair is beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous? Oh
I
my,
love her hair. Goddess bless
oh
you.
my God.
Thank you.
Oh, I would kill for that hair.
As long as it's not me you're killing, we're okay.
I do watch too many horror movies, but
Mhm.
so on these candles though.
Mhm.
So now you make them. All right. Now we see what they're for. How do you actually use the candle? Is there a ritual? Is there something that you say before you light it? Do you have to light it and run it all the way out? I mean, what is
Well,
the?
in order to make the design to begin with, I wrote the Enchanted Candle book. It's available on Amazon. I wrote the Enchanted Formulary. It's companion. That's on Amazon. But in order to make this candle, they come out of the glass. See this cardboard that's sticking here?
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is loose.
Oh.
So
Okay.
in order to get the glitter on the wax, I first carved the design in it with an X-Acto.
Oh.
Other symbols in it. So all these symbols I'm talking about, like you should know what I'm doing here. All these symbols are actually etched into the wax.
Yep.
And then I can write your name in there. So I can write, you need new computers. I need one too. Or
Yes, intent. It's all the intent. Yeah, you're putting your intent
So
into the candle.
I could write, I could do a road opener so that you can have the road open to achieving your goal. And I could write your name and your name in the road opener. And the road opener would be attributed to Mercury. Mercury is computers, it's communication, the god of communication. So I would work with Mercury, and I would probably do it in the form of Ganesha, because that Hindu god is also a tremendous energy of communication and removing obstacles, clarity, making a smooth road. So I would actually write on there also, thank you, Ganesha. I would use other symbols from my book that may help you perpetrate that. So I'm going to do a road opener. And then if it's finances that you need, I'm going to add a money symbol. If it's luck you need to find the right piece, or you're looking for it, or you want to bargain for it, then I might add fast luck on the back of the road opener. But the road opener in the front itself is that piece that would be glittered. Now, how they get glittered is another story. I oil the candle from the middle up, thank you, Ray Buckland, and the middle down, so that the entire thing is oiled in a magical oil that suits the spell. That's why there's an enchanted formulary. Then
Right.
I hold the candle in this hand, my left hand, like this, and then I take a half-ounce bottle or an ounce bottle like that you would buy a perfume oil in. They're filled with different colored glitters. I literally take it. There's nothing on it but the open top, the open hole, and I lean it over and I literally tap all of this glitter by hand into the space.
Wow. I haven't worked with glitter in so long, and I just painted these 4 little paintings, and 3 of them I put little glitter on. I got glitter everywhere. It's like, oh my God. I mean, I think
It
I
is
got
the herpes of the occult world. Glitter.
glitter.
Can't
Glitter.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Now you see these candles you just pulled up? I want you to pull them up one more time.
Okay.
Please. Thank you.
Yep.
Now you could see the hand design better on these than you could on without the glare. There's 13 candles up here. So there's a story about these candles I want to tell you because it's very fascinating. So all of them, like I said, they're all hand glittered. So I was going to do Hex Fest in New Orleans for the first time. And so I said, being it's such a big event, I'm going to hand glitter at least 13, 14 candles and wrap them up and ship them down there. Because I ship candles 2, 3 at a time, and they get there okay. But when I shipped these, I was shipping them in like 2 large boxes, which means it had so much wrapping around them, bubble wrap, newspaper, paper wrap, peanuts. Really stuffed them very carefully so they wouldn't break. When I got down to New Orleans, because there was so many of them and they were still jostling against each other, because you notice I have this cardboard, that's to keep the candle from
Oh, all the glitter fall down to the bottom?
well, oh no, it'll smash up against the side of the glass. And so when I got down there, my 13 candles that were supposed to be ready to put out on my table with my oils and my incense, and I was supposed to sit back and look glamorous, and sell my candles.
Of course.
They were a mess.
Oh,
A horrible, horrible, horrible mess because it was still too many in a box and they all spun together and inside of the glass. So that what happened was all I had was a smudge. And now at the end of the show, I have to ship them back, which means I need a day to rewrap them, repack them.
Cardboard. Right? Oh.
So,
yeah, I understand because we get ready for for events too. We make boxes. The boxes have feet and knobs and this and that, and they're all different sizes and shapes. And you can only fit so many things in a bin. You can only wrap so many different ways, and then a foot will get loose or something. So the first half of the show, you're repairing things or fixing things or situating. Ugh, I can feel your pain.
So I didn't want to ship them back. And Christian Day, I was making candles while I was sitting there. This is Lucky, by the way.
Hi, Lucky.
So Christian said to me, Lady Rhea, I want to buy 13 of your candles before you go home. So pick 13 of them and let me know. And I'm like, how am I going to? I can't carve and glitter 13 of these in an hour or two. That's just this.
Oh God, no.
This takes a day's work.
Yeah.
So Alexander says to me, what are you going to do? I said, don't worry, watch, I got this. He said, but how? So we left the Place d'Armes because that was our last day there, Sunday. And we went to stay at Lafitte Guest House because we wanted a few days extra in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
So we're in the guest house and it has one very small little lamp table and a sink like this size. And I said, watch this. I washed every single candle in the sink. I then took it and dried them because they were already carved. It was no problem. I didn't have that other process that I had to do. I carved them, I oiled them, and I glittered them sitting in the courtyard on Bourbon Street, watching people go by. I'm sitting in the courtyard, glittering candles.
And you blend, right? Because other people are doing stuff.
Then at the end, Alexander Cabot took those 13 candles, put them up on the fireplace mantle, took that picture, and that's what you're looking at. That is the
Very
third
nice.
lucky New Orleans candles.
Oh my God! So that was then. And you did that on Bourbon Street.
Right in there in the
That
courtyard.
is
Yeah.
awesome.
We
That
have
is
a question in the chat room,
Sure.
Lady Rhea, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely.
It's actually been asked twice. Whoops, no, sorry, Sharon, not you. It's from Colette Ludlow Hyatt. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that. How do you know if you're a witch?
I think you already know because you asked. That's how you know. If you have to ask, then you know it's in you. It's some of us, like, I got to give J.K. Rowling credit for this. They would say, "Oh, we have a witch in the family." Yes, that's exactly really how it is. It's like I'm the only one in my family that's like this. My two older sisters were all Italian girls, the secretary, the hairdresser, and they had the witch. And it was
right.
from early childhood. I would say things that my mother would say to just shut up.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
blurt things
Yeah,
out.
but
that made
also
me-
if you are like in touch with nature, if you're in tune, with all the elements and things like that, because that's
But there are people that are like that, nature lovers. They work in the botanical gardens in New York. They
well,
run
they
their
can just like
gardens.
nature, but
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 that doesn't make them feel inclined to being like this. We're not just in touch with nature and the elements. There's a nature about us that's
yeah,
different. That we want to worship the female divinity and the male divinity as two separate beings instead of like Alta Gracia, which is Father, Son, and Child. Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. There's something about us that wants to perform outdoor or occult indoor rituals and invoke other beings, angels. We want to take energy and set up the intention to transform a situation. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're a witch when you have these psychic intuitions, you have these inclinations to want to be this way, to want to do magic. Or I know a lot of Italian women in the Bronx, believe me. And they all say to me, all my life growing up, my husband says I'm a witch because I knew this was going to happen. And I'm like, okay, then, yeah, girl, you got it. Whatever, And then some people that just have such a negative anger energy inside of them. We call it in Italian malocchia. They give you a bad eye, and then they call me up. They go, Lady Rhea, someone gave me the evil eye. My luck is drained. I don't know what I did. I don't know who I pissed off, but fix it. And I'm like, yeah, okay, don't worry, I got you. It's
so
just
people can call you up for that kind of stuff. So if they get the from the neighbor, they can give you a call and you can get rid of that.
yeah,
Awesome.
I help them. I'll
Awesome.
help them in any way I can. Doesn't mean that they have to pay me money.
Well, awesome. That too.
I
That's
had a lady this morning. She says, I have the neighbor upstairs. We're fighting. I'm living here 45 years. Now imagine if she's renting this apartment for 45 years and
nice
suddenly
apartment.
she has a tenant next above her that's in a wheelchair and he's a little,
Mhm.
and he's only been there 6 months and he likes to bang, and the only when he stops he likes to just bang like this. He's upset. He's 64. He's not mentally well. And I said, Conchetta, why are you going to fight with him? It's not going to help. Go buy a candle for the Guadalupe. She makes miracles. She'll make you happy. Oh, and then she'll say, oh, and I think I got the evil eye. And I tell her, get the macaroni bowl, fill it with water, drop some olive oil. And if it spreads this way, you have it. If it congeals, you don't have it. Don't worry. Sometimes it's just a matter of talking to someone, and
Yeah.
it can change the entire vibration of what
Oh yeah.
they're carrying.
Yeah. But a lot of people bring stuff on themselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Self-sabotage, very common. I think we all do it at some point.
Yes.
Sometimes I think we do because we really know we're protecting ourselves, because later on you'll say, good thing I didn't go into that.
Yeah.
A part two to her question was, are
Yes,
cats drawn to witches? Now I'll let you answer that, but I have my own version of that response.
I think cats are drawn to who they choose,
Mhm.
whether
I
they're
think what she's seeing is that what you see on TV is they say that most witches have cats. Most
right.
witches have familiars, and the familiar is always a cat. So it's not just cats; it's an animal of some kind. Example: I work with butterflies, so right now those are, people would call them my familiar because that's everybody who sees a butterfly thinks of me. You know,
Exactly.
and it's just what you're drawn to. You don't have to be attracting cats. Like, a lot of cats outside, they love me, but they love to stay away from me too. You know, but it's just what's drawn to you, who
I
you're
think
drawn to. It's not always just the cats.
no. And I have a dog, I have a cat, I have birds. I have squirrels outside, birds outside, cats outside. This summer I was feeding the raccoons. I had to stop. It broke my heart. So
Hmm.
I'm
Oh,
an animal lover.
yeah.
My favorite animals in my totem is grizzly bear. I think grizzly bears are absolutely gorgeous. And people always tell me, right, Lady Reed, you can't go near it because I will go up to any wild animal.
Yeah, don't go up to a bear.
Hmm.
I was
You know.
feeding the raccoons. I was bringing them bathing pans of water. And then one night, my friend who's owned the house all his life in my neighborhood, I just bought it, calls me up and he says, 10 o'clock at night, he says, "What are you doing?" And I look, I said, "I'm in bed. What are you doing?" He said, I mean, what are you doing in the back of your yard? Because I know you're Mother Nature. I said, "What?" He says, "A gang of raccoons just walked down your driveway like they own the place, about 9 of them."
Mm.
"Oh, that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
feeding
Yes.
them." And he's on the phone going, "No, you got to stop."
Yeah,
I
no,
said,
my
"Why?"
friend Joni Mahan. She's the author I've had on the show a million times because she's written, I don't know, hundreds of books. I don't even know anymore, but so many books. But she has the Critter Cafe now on YouTube,
Love
and
it.
on her porch, she put out a
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
was amazing.
feast. She had the table decorated, flowers in the middle, place settings, and the possums, the raccoons, and everything. Skunks come up there. They play nice for the most part,
Yeah, my
but
cats and
and
birds and
the
squirrels
cats
all
and
live
everything. Oh
together.
my god, yeah, and she's got a whole YouTube channel that she puts all this stuff up on. It's so
I should
cute.
see
Oh,
it.
you have to check it out. If anybody you haven't seen it yet, go to the Critter Cafe.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
find
watch
it
it.
YouTube.
tonight when I go home. You know that
Oh,
because
I love it.
on YouTube I watch these different bird feeders.
Oh,
The
yeah,
wild birds eating.
Yeah.
squirrels.
That's my piece. I love looking outside my backyard window at my critters.
Yeah,
That makes me the happiest thing, and I feed them every morning. I feed the cats. But the thing about the raccoons, why I had to stop, is because they
yeah,
like
get
to
your house.
burrow in the house on
Yeah.
the roof from the roof, and that's what they were warning me. And then my girlfriend Aurelia, she works in animal control out in New Jersey, and when I told her, she said, "Oh, Reed, no, don't do that because once they get in, getting rid of them is a big
Yeah.
problem."
It
Yeah,
is.
but
I
when I
mean, feeding raccoons in the country is kind of good, but you're in the city,
oh,
so be like, hello.
and
You know.
I live down the road from Pelham Bay Park. It's a huge animal sanctuary in there. It's wild.
Huge.
Goes all the way up to Westchester County. We have deer, we have fox, we
Oh,
have
nice.
coyotes.
My posse. Every time people
You
see
do.
the foxes in the yard, that's my posse. I'm just checking up on you, sending love. And it's been a lot too. Like I'll talk to someone, and they say I haven't seen a fox in years and years and years. I talked to you one day, and all of a sudden there's foxes outside. It's like I'm
Oh
just,
yeah.
just saying hey, you know.
Yeah.
They-
It's just Gina checking in. The
Just
nosy old woman.
yeah, and she sends her butterflies, and
Hmm.
that's how we watch you people. We're watching.
I had a late butterfly, a monarch,
Mm-hmm.
this year in October, right around Samhain, and November, even later, and I kept saying 3 days in a row. I said either this was a late bloomer born here. I don't know, but I
Sign.
love butterflies myself, and we grow a lot of root plants, And there's a specific butterfly that's black with baby blue spots.
Yeah, beautiful.
Loves the rue.
That's a type of monarch.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful. And it loves the rue plant. And then after it visits, all of a sudden I have these little maroon caterpillars. And then we watch and they turn into big black and green caterpillars. They eat the rue plants, which is okay because we're sustaining nature, you know?
Yep.
I use the rue because we use it for magical bathing. I love rue for magical bathing. And oh yeah, rue. I we do all kinds of magical baths using herbs, basil, rosemary, thyme, rue, oregano, uh,
Messages?
all kinds.
Butterflies 3 days in a row.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm like on Rue for messages.
No,
The
butterflies.
okay, I'm just into what she's saying. Sorry. At a moment.
All kinds of different herbs. We use hyssop, lavender, um, and a lot of herbs are in my my candle work because these actually are recommended to go into an enchanted spell bowl, a sacred spell bowl. So I recommend people buy a beautiful glass bowl, or if you have grandma's bowl and it's an odd bowl or something you really treasure. So you write a letter of intention. So if you're working, say, with the money deity like Lakshmi, you write, "Dear Lakshmi, I'm writing to you because I am in need of financial blessings. I need to take care of my home, my bills, my food, this, that. I need a boost in life for whatever purpose." And then you sign it, "Thank you, thank you, thank you," and you sign your name. The letter gets folded and gets put into the bottom of the bowl. Then the candle goes on top of the letter. And then depending on what you're working with, see, like with Lakshmi, there's no alcohol because she don't like alcohol. So we give her clear water, coconut milk. We give her flowers, honey, and things. So the candle actually burns in a sacred spell bowl filled with offerings. And many of the offerings in there could be herbs, could be like for uncrossing, lavender, salt, hyssop. For the love drawing, it could even have chocolates on a dish. Sometimes some of the spells have one of them, the sorceress, has the candle goes on a plate on top of the letter. Then for 9 days, you get 9 sugar cubes. You know, the cube sugar that we make the igloos out of, right?
Yeah.
You place them around the perimeter of the plate, and then you douse them with brandy, good brandy.
Mm.
You light the candle, and for 9 days, you light the 9 sugar cubes in flame, and it's a burnt offering to her.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's just I'm learning so much from
Yeah.
you. That's
One spell I love, it's one of them, I think it's to come to me. I tell you to buy chocolate covered cherries. See,
oh,
Okay.
that's just breaking my heart right there.
hmm
they're wrapped in foil, which makes them okay. They're safe. It has to be wrapped candy. So you put them on the plate and you enchant them with the candle and the magic and the incense and the spell work. And then when the person you desire comes over, you enchant them with a chocolate cherry. You see?
Hello.
All right. Another trick we tell women to do a lot with love spells or when they want to sweeten up a man is honey. Honey is very popular. So I always tell the ladies this, or men, depends on if they're gay, if that works for either side. I tell them when they call, you have to have a honey bear or honey next to you and a spoon. See? And you have to get the honey nice and thick on the spoon. And then you have to suck on it while you're talking. And that noise, someone's always going to say, "What are you sucking on?" And you're going to answer, "I'm sucking honey off a spoon. What are you doing?" So,
How you
hello, it
doing?
works. Get interested. What are you on the phone telling them? "Oh, this girl and my problems." And speak enticing. Put honey on your tongue. Put sweetness in your mouth. You want to
Yeah.
draw that person in. So there's a lot of little witchy things we do with magical herbs and things and honeys and stuff like that. in other ways, in spiritual bathing. Well, that's just major. Everyone does spiritual bathing, and now these days,
Jonice has made me quite a few concoctions that bath salts that she puts all these different things in that she sells too at events, and she's really good, and I love them, and for different reasons.
some beautiful gifts. I wish they were up here. They're downstairs on my Lakshmi altar. But she made me these beautiful wired pendulums with these chunks of stone and spirals, and I got
Yeah,
Ganesh. And so, what's nice too is when I look at the Ganesh or the Lakshmi, or I do practices and I see them sitting there, I not only know that the deity knows that the energy is being poured into it in the ritual, but it's always a reminder of who you're blessing. So I always bless her because I'm always seeing it. So I'm always like, oh, Jonice,
I know, they love her.
be in touch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have some of her pendants too. Like I have two that she made with foxes on the end with beautiful crystals and beautiful beads. So two of them have foxes, and another one she just sent me a pendant. With a fox that opens like not a pendant. What do you call them things that open? Locket.
Yeah.
Locket.
And oh my gosh, gorgeous. And she made this big stick, and I'm like, and I had it over here, and I think I put it upstairs for now, just to keep it safe. But she had hand carved all these symbols throughout this whole stick,
Very, very talented.
Yeah.
Beautiful witch from the day I met her.
Oh yeah.
Always kind. I'm not gonna say how long.
I've known her for 5, 6 years,
Um,
I
yeah,
think, at least, and we were like that too as soon as we met,
yeah.
instant.
She was always just a beautiful person, good woman. And and even now when she bought her house, Rhea, come up, hang out, relax, get out of the
Oh, the
city.
house is great. I went. It's great. You'd
I
love
know.
it.
We couldn't leave my mother-in-law alone at that time, so she's
Yeah.
asked,
Oh yeah. Well, now we got COVID. COVID is
Yeah.
interfering with everything. So that's why I think this is fantastic to have a show like this, because people need help during this time, because you're stuck in a home with your family that maybe you get along with, but maybe you don't. And so you need help in those areas financially, because either people are having to work and work overtime or can't work, so that it's both ends of the stick
a
each
lot
family
of people
is
can't
dealing with.
work, and we're helping them. So I opened up a new company recently with Scott Harney. We opened up esoteric.nyc, which is a psychic booking service for New York City psychics. And we're doing live stream rituals, live stream classes, and every Saturday night, because we just started, we only opened November 28th. So now on Saturday night, if you go to esoteric.nyc, you'll find a link to a live session of our psychics doing readings. So we're doing
Oh, nice.
readings on Saturday night. Yeah. And
I will get the link and me, I will get the link and put it in the chat room.
I'll send you
Esoteric,
a link. A lot of pumpkins. We did our
ESSOTERIC.
first Saturday last week.
NYC. Is it ESSOTERIC?
ESOTERIC, esoteric.nyc. No com.
All right. There. Yes? No. No. One S.
Yeah, ESOSOTERIC. SO.
Yes? Is that right?
Esoteric.nyc.
.nyc.
Mhm.
Okay, there you go. I think that is the site that I went to. I think you had a link on one of your pages or something, and I hit it. And the website was great. And on the bottom, you had all of the people that you can get in touch with in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, that's us.
A lot of psychics, a lot of cool people. It looks like are in there.
Oh, yeah, a
So
lot
I
of.
think you work with a ton of great people.
I've known them for years, all of them. We've all worked together in the past over the years, and now we're working together like Rita Segarra, who's on there, is also the Lenormand reader. And the grace of her home tonight. And like I said, I rent with her a studio. It's wonderful friendship. We're together in the Minoan Sisterhood. Um, and the Minoan Sisterhood is different than like the New York Coven of Witches,
All
which
right,
is
all right, yeah.
female.
Okay, time.
No,
Okay, what is Gardnerian? What is the Gardnerian tradition? What is the Minoan? What is the difference?
okay.
So that people know.
Gerald Gardner in 1951 had the Witchcraft Appeal Act in England, and it was the first time that it was now considered legal since the Middle Ages to practice witchcraft without being threatened of being arrested. Even though they really didn't do that anymore, because the Victorian era started all the spiritualists and the mediums and the Theosophical societies started opening up, and so Gerald Gardner, when he did this Witchcraft Appeal Act, was running the New Forest Coven in England, and eventually that came here to America in the 1960s, around 62 or 63. I think it was Ray Buckland who brought it here to America and started initiating witches here. And then, so the tradition is called Gardnerian after Gerald Gardner. And that is the one of the original British traditions. Another original British tradition that was brought here was the Welsh, what they call the Welsh tradition. And that also started in the late 60s, and I was a part of both. The Welsh wear red robes, and with hooded robes. So now the Minoan Sisterhood and the Minoan Brotherhood, which is um, all female or all male covens, um, started in '77. That was created by my initiator, Ed Basinski, who brought me in both Gardnerian and Welsh tradition. With Carol Bouzone, we created the Minoan Sisterhood and the Minoan Brotherhood, which Minoan Sisterhood is a little different because we do initiate women, whether they're straight, gay, transgender, bi. If you're a female, you're a female. And so we can take you in. But whereas the Brotherhood is a gay male tradition, and no straight man's going to be in a gay male tradition. It wouldn't be comfortable situation
Right.
for either party.
Yeah.
Whereas with the feminine principles, see,
Yeah,
when we
you
each
can get along. Yeah, I don't understand that.
hug, we kiss, we touch, we take care of each other. It's a different dichotomy
Yeah, I
between.
think women, they're mom, they're bred to be moms and nurturers, and that's it. And gay men have that more in them than the straight man does, so they just don't get it.
Right. So the
Anyway,
Minoan sisterhood and the Minoan brotherhood, though, always met together during the greater Sabbath. So there would still be the balance between the male and the female. And so when the brotherhood hosted us, they would put out a party for us and a play. They would write their own Greek tragedy plays with masks and costumes, and
awesome.
then the sisterhood would host the brotherhood, and we would do our own plays for them, and our own feasts were laid out for the boys, and we served them or they served us. So there's 8 Sabbaths a year. So it would be like if they did Yule, we did Lady Day, we did February 2nd, or then they did the spring equinox, or we did the spring equinox, and then they did the maypole, or we did the maypole, and then they did the summer solstice. So 8 times a year we
So
would.
who outdoes who? Who does it better?
I have to say the guys were really good. Yeah, their masks were they were incredible, and I still, you know what it is. We didn't even take photographs then. What phones? We'd have to turn on
Yeah.
the camera. But to this day, I could still see sitting in that circle over in the East Village, around 8th Street or 7th Street or over there, and in Tony's apartment, and I could still see all the men in their masks, and they had sarongs on around their waists, and it was just we wore very sheer things. It was just very the memory is still very clear, very beautiful.
That's awesome.
The Welsh in traditional red robes with the green cords around their waist.
Could you ever bring like a +1? I mean, could someone come in and witness, or you have to be part of it? Oh,
It's an oath-bound religion. You have to be initiated. Initiated is similar to Masons. It's a
okay.
secret organization, and the initiation is oath-bound. You have to take certain oaths, and that is oaths only to guard the secrets and the mysteries that are being revealed to you in the coven in the Book of Shadows. It's not an oath to harm anybody or do anything to anybody. It's all about preserving our secret Yaya Sisterhood Club. It's like the
There you
Yaya
go.
Sisterhood.
There is secrets.
Instead of a
It's like
travel.
now gang, no girls allowed, boys only club. It's just secretive. It's secretive, traditional information, and it's got nothing to do with see, like spell work. We learn spell work, we understand spell work, but that's nothing to do with what we practice.
Mhm.
Practice is actually very religious, very sacred, very holy. It's for us. It's not even what I would say. Like we don't get together and stand around a big puppet or voodoo doll or anything. No, no.
I
This,
know
this
it's
is
not what you see
serious.
on
Yeah,
the
no, it's not the
Yeah,
TV things.
yeah. No, this is serious religion to us. As serious as the Pope or a high priest doing mass.
Yeah.
It's sacred and honorable to us, and it has to do with worshiping of the great mother of the earth, of the ocean, of life, of the elements. We invoke the elements to guard the circle that we create. We worship
that is
the
yeah.
circle.
I do that when I cleanse a house and I go in and I'm saging. That is how I sage. I sage. I ask Father Sky. I ask Mother Earth, and north, south, east, west. I ask each of the elements of those areas, and well, then I end with Mother Earth to bless that room before I leave it. And I actually get down on the floor and I put my hand on the ground and I thank her. You know, and leave and thank them, and it's like a respect thing. But that is how I cleanse a house because that is what works for me.
And we have to have gratitude that we can do it.
Right.
That's the greatest gift of it all. It's keeping an attitude of gratitude.
Yeah.
So, with that attitude of gratitude, that's why we're doing these. Not only are we having readings and live stream classes, like I did Tarot Magic Tuesday night. All of our live stream classes are only $20, but we're also doing free sessions. And this Sunday, I'm going to be on a cult masterclass with TJ Vansel and his wife Amanda, and I'm doing a live stream white tarot, 21 tarot invocation because I'm also a practicing Buddhist.
Oh, I love that. Oh, so how did that come about?
Well, you see, at the Magical Child on 19th Street was 35 West 19th Street, had lofts above it. And in one of those lofts above it was a Buddhist center where I met a man named John Reynolds. John Reynolds was a Shivite priest, and he was also a lama, an American lama.
Hmm.
And so he would come down into the child and hang out and talk, and we're still friends till this day. So he introduced me to Buddhism. And then later on, when we opened up enchantments and we first started out, one of the Minoan Brotherhood was also a Buddhist. His name was Jeffrey Whitfield. So he said to us, when we just opened like a week or two, and we were scared if we were going to even make the rent. And he said, there's this Buddha named Lakshmi, and she gives wealth. Later on, I found out she's more of a Hindu goddess, but the Buddhists also adapt Hindu deities like Lakshmi, like Ganesha,
A
because
lot of them. A lot of them.
it's like
Yeah.
qualities. And
Mm.
so years later, though, we started working with Lakshmi, and I adore her, and I still do live practice with her on live stream. But then John Reynolds comes along and says to me, introduces me to Tara. He said she's just like Lakshmi, and so I started doing the 21 Tara practices because He's actually the he does the translation for a lot of the Buddhist Sanskrit texts into English so that we can
Nice.
have. So he's translated the Rig Veda, the Lakshmi. He's translated some Nyingmapa text on Tara, which he's and I have to receive. What he does is he gives me permission. He gives me an initiation so that I can continue doing the practice for others. Now this was back in 1982. So a few years later, now he introduces me to Bumpo, and in around 2010 or so, my wife and I really started looking more and more into Bun, and Bumpo is the indigenous religion of Tibet.
Yep.
These people,
Yep.
these practitioners are magicians. They really are magicians. I've seen them what they can do. Met them.
Amazing feats. The mind is an amazing thing.
These It takes 16 years to become a Rinpoche. 16 years of Tibetan study. So that's their doctorate degree in Menrei Monastery. That's how they get their doctorate degree. And
I think that whole study, that whole thing is. I mean, if anybody wants any kind of enlightenment, you have to go there. You just, this is what you need to study. They know it. They get it.
and it works with witchcraft.
Oh, well, I could see that. I could see how that would
Like so simpatico. They're so similar.
actually, and the same thing too between.
Killing, everything is sacred, everything is holy, all
Yeah.
life is holy, all life is respected, all life matters. And when these Buddhists were going on during Black Lives Matter and they would say, well, all life matters, people were getting angry with them. And I was like, you don't understand. They don't just feel, they not only do feel Black Lives Matter, they feel Asian lives matter, white lives matter, Indian lives matter, brown people matter, worms matter, mosquitoes matter. We feel everything matters, all nature matters.
Life, life matters.
All life matters. That's what they're saying, but people thought they were being prejudiced or nasty. And I'm like, no. I gave up the argument. It's just not worth it. It's too hard to explain a Buddhist concept that this
That's
is.
what I mean. Yeah, because it is years and years of study, but it is such a heightened enlightenment. Oh my goodness!
We don't kill anything. We don't kill flies, bugs. We avoid it as much as possible. I would put it to you that way.
No killing of spiders.
No, absolutely not. We do catch and release.
Thank you.
Sorry, a big giant spider crawls on my bed at night. It's dying. I'm sorry.
Paper cup. Listen, paper cup. Put it on top. I slide a magazine or a newspaper underneath.
No.
I open the window and I say, "See ya."
Nope. I do that with other things, other bugs. Anything.
And I've had staph infection from a spider bite, so I know how bad it is.
Yeah, it freaked me out.
You don't want that.
No.
Within hours you got it too, boy. You're in pain. That thing.
I bet, definitely. Yeah. Hey, you know what? We are at our midway, and we need to play a little commercial break, and then we will be back in like 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes.
At Rita.
The Fox Den is now proudly sponsored by Vortex Ghost Gear, one of the leading fabricators of paranormal equipment. Bob Christopher is the founder and creator of Vortex Ghost Gear. He has decades of investigating, starting with his team at NEPA, and as lead in the popular local TV show Ghost Detectives, he has experience of how spirits could be seen or heard. Using this knowledge, he has manufactured equipment for specific scenarios of spirit manifestation and communication. He is the only manufacturer of the popular lifelike trigger prop cats and dogs. Using proximity meters wired to lights and sound, these prove to be highly effective communication devices in the field of study. The HTO, another Vortex exclusive, allowing specific items to be the highlight or trigger of your investigation. For example, place the item on a metal tray or attach directly to any metal object such as keys or glasses that continue to go missing or moved. Ask the spirit to touch the item. The HTO will light. It has a sound option as well. This device was used in Travel Channel's Ghost Nation with great results. The Dome, a static detector, can be the most useful device in your gear bag. This is to back up the theory that the spirits manifest using static electricity. Using several, you can track a spirit, for example, walking down a hallway, setting off each as it passes. The geophone detects vibrations. This is another way to track movement. If a claim is footsteps in the hallway or stairwell, set the sensitivity and place the device in that area. Its band of lights will show a range of vibrations from the slightest tapping, lighting only a few lights, to the loudest thumping, lighting the entire range. The Easy Scan Ghost Boxes are very popular due to the ease of use. They are custom decorated to the individual or team using them. Bob programs and uses an Arduino-based computer scanning FM waves to potentially communicate with the spirit realm in real time. Every box is unique and all custom hand decorated by Gina Bankston. The V-Pod has a special place for those who love the idea of REM pods. Use this sleeker, smaller, easier to transport device. It is a must-have in your gear bag. Take your investigating to the next level with many of Vortex Ghost Gear's unique and custom creations by Bob Christopher. Visit www.vortexghostgear.com to view all the products and get your equipment today. You can also investigate with Bob and Gina with ghostly excursions, taking people to some of the most haunted locations in the USA. Visit www.ghostlyexcursions.com and join us on our next adventure. And we're back, and we have a half a person.
We're back.
You need to like move the squish together. Well, she's not going to bite you.
There she is.
I don't think.
Slide over
Yeah.
a little bit.
I slide over.
You never know.
You get smushing yourself up against the wall. Almost. Okay.
You need a
So
low chair.
No, you
yeah,
need to
a lower chair.
How's that? Come on over.
Alright,
Rita.
Oh, that's better. That's better. There
I
you go.
want to welcome Rita Segara.
Hi.
Hey, welcome
Andre
to
the Giant.
Giant. Thank you
There
very
you
much
go.
for coming on.
Fix the name.
Oh,
Oh,
Lady Rhea and Rita. That could be the thing. Ann Fox
God,
says,
Rita.
Yo, Rita.
Yo, Rita.
We the Riri's.
Right?
Riri show.
Riri's.
We joked about that when we first met years ago. We said someday we're going to have the Riri show, and here we are.
Rhea.
Yeah, well, we get the Gina B and a Mama
There
D.
you go.
I mean, come on. We're all set.
Riri.
So
We
we're
get-
ready to play
Oh.
some cards here. Who's dealing?
All right.
Who's dealing?
You know,
What do you
I would
wanna
love a cut. We can
Okay,
open.
so if anybody in the chat room would like,
Yeah.
if anybody would like a card drawn or has a question, put it into the chat room and we will make sure that the question gets asked. I don't know how you do your readings. Do you have to have a specific question or can somebody ask for a general?
Doesn't matter to us. We
I-
like
I
questions.
I prefer questions.
Question because she's doing Lenormand.
Yeah.
Lenormand is a very Lenormand cards will hit it, Rita.
Lenormand is more literal and direct. It answers a question. It doesn't go in a tangent about other things. If you ask a specific question, it'll answer that question only. Sometimes
Very
with
accurate.
tarot, it will veer off into something else. The Lenormand doesn't do that. It just answers your question. And then if you want to know more, you just keep asking.
And if you're not
Okay.
familiar with Lenormand, but you only know about tarot cards, Lenormand's been around how long, Ray?
Since the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But it's more popular in Europe, in
Yes.
France, Germany.
Show a sample card of what it looks like.
Okay, here we have the moon. And it's more every day.
You have to come closer to the camera. Oh,
Put it like where your face is.
there you
and
go.
then- yeah. And then
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
It's
look
the
at that.
moon. They're more everyday pictures. They're not as esoteric as the tarot, where the tarot is the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups. This is the tree. That's it. It's very everyday, common. The ring. You know.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But with the
Right.
Lenormand card, it depends on what comes
Arrows.
before and what comes after as to how the reading works. if I remember
Correct.
Ooh, that's
100%.
beautiful.
Yeah. You read the cards together. There's
Yeah.
you can, I suppose, pick a card and read it. You know, you got the fox here. I'm in the fox
Yeah.
den.
There
Yes.
she is.
Right?
Yes.
The fox. So the fox. What about the fox? And then you have to have a question. You know.
Ah, beautiful.
It's two cards. It creates a concept.
Jonice, you still with us? I'm sure you have a question. I'm going to
I know. I hope
I have
she's
a question. I just have to figure out how to phrase it. Okay. I have a plan coming for 2021. It is what I'm not even sure because I don't want to put it out there yet. Is what I'm hoping to come about. Will it come about?
So you'll say,
Am I on the right path?
what do I need to know about this plan that I have for 2021?
Exactly. What do
Okay.
What do I need to know for the plan for 2021?
That's better than a yes or no, because the answer is yes. Okay, what about it? So if you ask it like that, it'll let you know. All right. So
She's the original fortune cookie.
I love it. I
I
love
love fortune cookies.
it. So guys, go get your friends. Get on. Come back here quickly if you wanna. If you have a question, you need
you need to know about her plan for 2021.
Yeah. And then I have one.
And we're having an issue with Facebook, and it's a Facebook issue. It's been kicking a lot of people out. So don't be surprised that they're not there, because it's not because they're not there. It's because Facebook is doing its thing.
Well, then go to our YouTube channel, and we can still see all your comments on YouTube, and we can post your comments up on YouTube.
I'm working both.
And so you got the coffin, the
Okay.
bear,
And the bear.
and the cross. Okay. So this is telling me that anything prior to 2021 is going to end. It's over.
Okay.
Let it go, Jim.
Got it.
Something strong, powerful, financially lucrative, and sought after is coming next. But it won't be without hard work. Okay, so you're going to be working very hard towards this goal that you're looking for, and it's going to really pay off.
Cool.
So another thing that you need to know, that nothing worth having is not doesn't come easy, right?
No, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, but some people might see the cross. Oh my God, the cross! But in this case, the way it falls is positive.
Good.
Now I think I know what that one was about, but I have another one for you too. It's kind of like the same thing. Can I ask a question for her?
I'm going to answer the same question, kids, but now I'm going to do it with tarot cards.
Okay.
So
All right. You do that. All right. She's got two things. Two things that
So let's
she
finish this
go
first.
about for that year. Two things that if she's on the right path.
Okay, so let's still look at the one we just did, okay? Because I want to show you how when something is in sync, it's going to come out the same way. 3 cards, 3-card Monty, girl. Let's go.
Let's get the cups.
Let's get the cup. 8 of Cups.
This is like the coffin.
That's the coffin. Which she got the coffin, you have the 8 of Cups here. It's the same thing. Walk away from the past. You know, anger is a hot stone. The only one that gets burned is the one holding it.
Agreed.
Okay. So the High Priestess, that's like you getting, what did she get? The grizzly bear. The High Priestess. So this is hidden forces are at work for you. Great power is working for you. And these are just cards I cut and I'm pulled off the top. 3rd card. 7 of Swords, just like the cross. You have to be careful about leaving behind any clues to someone stealing what you're working for. You're going to work very hard, but you have to be careful See, this is where it gets esoteric and goes off into other dimensions.
Mhm.
You have to be careful about someone trying to rob you of your greatness.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
should give it away.
That's
Okay.
answering my question for you. because I know
2021 is not going to be the same. You're going to go
Much
through
better.
a tremendous change.
Good.
And
it's fabulous.
yeah.
That's
Thank you, ladies.
All right.
Question number
have
2. Here
Connie.
we go.
Well, we have Connie in here, and she says,
Okay, we have Donna first. Was before Connie. If you don't mind. Donna Belcher. Sorry, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oops. Okay, do it. She says, "Have I already been in physical contact with my twin flame?"
Okay. Where's Daisy?
All right.
Connie,
My cousin sister, she's the love witch.
Green, Green next.
Aphrodite.
All right. I'll do a yes or a no.
Karine, you next, okay? So hang in there. Sorry, I didn't see Donna. I'm sorry. Someone sent me a text. Does she not know how to ask a question? Okay.
No. That's her. No. Might have come close, but no cigar. The answer is no, not yet. And I get the mountain, which indicates
Obstacles.
an obstacle, a block. So that to me means it's not that it's not going to happen. It's just not yet. You know, and she needs to beware of pretty things, so to speak. Okay. So this is kind of a warning, kind of a thing. All right. Don't be naive.
Yeah. Looks there only go for so long.
Not yet. That's what this.
Same thing. Same thing. I'm going to say it. Not yet. There's someone offering you something sweet. You have the Page of Cups. So there's a generally happy offer right now. Good times, fun. Looks like it's like fabulous. And then all of a sudden, 8 of Cups. It's like you're ghosted. Disappears. And then you're left like the 8 of Swords, feeling indecisive. And you might actually, see, this is where the tarot is different. You might actually end up feeling indecisive because you might meet someone else that's really going to question, are you my twin flame? And was I wrong? So what I'm going to tell you right now is don't worry about twin flame. Worry about enjoying yourself at the present time. You're young, you're still young, and just like have fun, enjoy yourself. Don't worry so much about twin flame. I'm gonna be very honest, I understand about twin flame and I hear about it a lot, but we've both been living life, Rita and I, let's put it that way, right, Riri? Okay. So but we know that we have met many twin flames in our lives and many soulmates. There's more than one sometimes. Everything is not down to the be all end all. We're taught that like kids growing up, Cinderella. It's going to be the prince and he's going to save our lives. No, it doesn't work that way. And you can meet more than one twin flame or more than one soulmate. Sometimes a twin flame could be a sister in your life, a friend, or a good friend, a good male friend, a good female friend who does more for you than any lover can ever give you. Right. So I would just have to say is right now, enjoy the relationship. And in 6 months, mark your calendar, 6 months from now, take a step back and examine the last 6 months and say, now I could see whether or not this was working out to be my twin flame or not.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
don't fall for
being that. And sometimes we can screw up a good relationship that may turn out to be a twin flame because we're so anxious to know the answer before it arrives.
Yeah.
So don't worry, you're good. You're going to have a happy life, though.
That's awesome.
You'll see.
That's awesome. Okay, so now we have Karine. She says, finally, am I going to move back to Connecticut?
Okay.
I think the finally was because she was having issues getting into the
conversation. Getting in. Yes, I know.
Finally, if she's moving back to Connecticut, she was having trouble getting in.
Oh,
I I am one of the most
You made it.
technically challenged witches
You made it
in
here.
all of the world. I get it. And it's getting worse because no one can get in lately. All the airwaves are jammed. It's been difficult.
Okay, so this is going to be a yes or a no, okay? Let's see. Is Corinne going to make it to Connecticut? I think it's the 18th. You're going to be able to see the aurora borealis from Connecticut. So that's pretty cool.
Is that true? Really?
I read it in the news. Oh, I saw it in the news, yeah.
It might be fake news, people. Watch out. We can't promise you nothing.
Maybe it's a
here.
fake
Right.
Northern Lights. Maybe somebody's up there with a spotlight.
Yeah, right? I know. Someone's going to be going, woo.
You know, Christmas lights.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And-
For you ladies that are in the chat in the chat room on YouTube, hopefully you've subscribed to our channel.
Subscribe.
We like that ghost show you got going there and all those
Yeah, that's
doodads, man. We were like,
Yeah.
I want one of those.
I want to go on that tour.
We have a lot.
do.
We have a lot, yeah. We do. Well, this year we didn't do any ghost hunts because of COVID, you know. But hopefully next year we'll be back on the track and going. You know, we go all over the place. You know, central, this coast basically, East Coast. You know, but we'll go to like Virginia or Ohio or a lot in Pennsylvania. You know, around here there's a lot of places, asylums and.
My daughter went to that asylum in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I do a Penhurst Paracon.
That's it. Pinehurst?
Penhurst. Yeah.
Oh, my God. She heard him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She heard him.
Oh, my God.
Right next to her. She said, they asked, he said, what did you do with your patients? And he answered right in her ear, and then they heard it on the machine. He said, I burnt them.
Yep.
She was gone out of there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob's got a question, too. We got to put his.
So let's go on with the
Oh,
answer.
Corinne.
Sorry.
So, okay, it looks like she's been stuck for a while. There's going to be a sudden move. And it looks to me like it's going to be someplace with greenery and landscaping and grass and like country, that kind of thing. Like a community setting.
Okay, same thing.
Stay in Bridgeport. Don't go to Bridgeport.
This card represents feeling like wherever you are right now, you have no sanctuary. And then this sudden, the Ace of Wands, which is the will of change. So it's like, when you run a relay race and you have to hand off the baton, someone's running towards you to hand off the baton so you can start running back to Connecticut. And bingo, you have the Chariot, the card of movement. So I would have to say, yeah.
A moving van.
Yay.
Yeah. East Coast. U-Haul. Yeah, U-Haul, not Ryder. Ryder is horrible. U-Haul.
Okay, and who else are we hearing from?
We have Bob Christopher. That's our sponsor.
Yep. Yes. When will this BS that I'm going through be settled in my life?
Is it got to do with computers?
No.
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 I'm teasing.
No.
That's all I'm screaming about for 2 weeks. It's like, I gotta do a computer.
Yeah. No,
We've been doing it too.
Yeah, he has to deal with my computer issues.
Oh my God.
But no, he is going through. It's a personal. They're personal.
We will look. Of course, we knew it wasn't about computers. I'm just joking because I'm mad at them right now.
So are we.
Join the club.
Yeah, I have. Let's see. I don't know if we can see it. Oh, there, right there. That's my big beast dead. It's over there dead. The other one's upstairs dead. This is a borrowed laptop, and I have an old laptop over there that I can only log on to my show with. I can't do anything else with it.
My laptop wouldn't let me in my show. My phone wouldn't let me in my show. I go on the phone tonight with Apple. I said, hey, forget about it here. What gives with the phone?
Right?
They said, well, an iPhone 7 isn't capable. And I'm like, yeah. Let's answer Bob. He's got worse problems than us.
He does. He does. Poor guy.
Okay.
God, I love him, but
all kinds of financial worries and not necessarily money, but like investment kind of things that you own, property, worrying about that. I am seeing a change. I get the ship. There's a change. So I would say between maybe the spring, 22 weeks. I get the crossroads. It's the last card. So like springtime, 22 weeks, something about 22. So I think 22 days is too soon. I'm going to say 22 weeks.
Or
About March.
March 22nd.
Yeah, it could be March 22nd.
Oh, that's good.
March.
That's good. That's good.
March
That's good.
between the 13th and the 22nd.
Yes,
That's good.
3/13/22. Yep.
Okay.
I'm
that make
checking,
sense?
Bob. Don't wait. Don't hang up on me now there, okay? Thank
He's
you.
there. He's not
Because
going
I do get a change. There is movement. He's out of here. So March and then the 13th, something new. Okay. Because it's
Good.
multi-layered. The reading is multi-layered. And then there's going to be a decision to go veer off in another direction. So March 13th to 22nd, around there. Okay. Let me know.
Good. That's good. Yeah, he's giving the thumbs up. That is good. That is good. I know this is good. I live with him. He's my boyfriend. This is good.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, if this is anything to do with any kind of a legal situation,
Yep.
okay, don't worry, we got you. You have the Star and the King of Pentacles. He's going to come out on top. He just has to wait this out.
Thank you.
Four of Swords, the Hermit.
Have patience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
The
the fruit
hermit
is
is
on the
looking for
vine,
answers.
but if we pick it too soon, it'll never ripen. If we leave it rot, then it'll be no good. So it's about timing for him. So, lots of clear breathing, praying or talking to whatever deity you love or believe in, because they all come to the same source,
Yeah.
Is there a deity to pray to get a deer? He's going hunting tomorrow. Let's get a deer. We need a deer.
You need a deer?
Yeah, Lady Diana, the goddess of
Actually, I have my statue of her. She's holding a spear and a stag.
Yeah. She's the goddess of hunting. So pray to her tonight. and no, but these are great. These are great cards though for exactly what he's going through right now. I mean, the dates, the timing, perfect, because it's when things should change, and now we know that they will change in our favor. They will change in benefit us, which was good. Which was going to be my question. So now I don't have a question for that. But I do have one about our events. So will our events be taking off again for next year?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, and he says thank you.
Oh,
You're
it's
welcome.
our pleasure. Thank you for coming on and asking. That's brave. That takes courage.
He's the man who makes all those fancy, flashy things you saw in our commercial.
He makes
everything, especially the one that was the big Ouija board.
Awesome.
Rita and I are like Ouija board freaks.
I gotta have that box.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
To show them my butterfly board.
That is a spirit box.
My custody.
I create those. Like he does the insides, he does all that. That's an Arduino based computer system that scans through the radio waves that talks to the spirits, so that you can hear them. And there's 4 different speeds. So it goes slower to faster and depends on where you are and who you're talking to. So if you go to an asylum, you want it on slower because they're usually medicated to be slower. They're doing the Thorazine shuffle, right? So they're walking around. But then if you go to a jail, you want it faster because those guys, they're all hyper, like, what's up, man? Blah, 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 and or rapping or whatever, then they're quicker and so you got to know your audience. So that's how you pick your speeds on those machines. But they're very simple. They're called Easy Scan Ghost Boxes, and I can decorate them however.
Oh, I love it.
Whatever.
I have a question for you. Did you ever do a raffle type of thing where you sent an author a ticket to come out to Pennhurst?
No.
Because my daughter, when she went, she writes ghost stories. Her name is Tara Teresa Hill. She writes the Spirit Hour. She has the Paranormal Hotspot on Facebook. She has people advertise on her page. But anyway, so she was invited out to this asylum by someone that called her up and said, we've read your articles and we like your ghost stories. So they invited her. So she's on the phone with me. And as she's pulling up to the place, she says, I think we're lost. And all of a sudden she said, oh my God, Ma. I said, what? She says, I see it. And it's wicked. It's haunted. You could feel it, she said.
Yeah, the energy as soon as you drive in.
And the children, she said, you could hear the children in the place. And then, she got sick because there's so much damp, dust, and mold. For 2 weeks afterwards, she had a terrible sinus infection, too. So I got to congratulate you guys for doing that. That's tough.
Do you know when that was? Because that could have been the old caretakers. There's a new ownership there now. And
about 3-4 years ago.
All right,
very bad leaking.
Yeah, now this is why we've been doing Penhurst Paracon, so that they can make money for advancements there. Since the new regime came in, they have cleaned up the property. They have taken away big things. They've cleaned the buildings. They've put in a lot of work to make them safe for people to go in. Closed up other ones, ripped down some of the buildings. I mean, they're really leaps and bounds.
It was great. It closed right after that to be renovated. It was right before that. It was like one of the last visits. But she said even then they rolled the ball on a flat surface
and rolled back
a while, and then it came back.
Yeah, we've done all of that there because we've done so many events there, plus the Paracon, where we have all the vendors. Jonice was one of our vendors there. And we have lectures and ghost hunts and celebrities.
Want to go crazy, get married there.
Oh yeah,
the honeymoon of your life, honey.
Yep, people do that. It
says here that your things are going to return slowly, because you have the Fool, which is a new venture with the Seven of Swords. Again, that Seven of Swords. Be careful of people ripping off your hard work or your ideas or copying you. Then you have the Lovers, which indicates a lot of options. So you might be limited on time to do events, because by the time you're able to do them, they might be limited. So you might say, well, you know what? It's July and it's hot, so we're going to do a ghost thing here instead of someplace else because of the weather conditions. But absolutely, you're going to get a big surprise. Things are going to zoom right back. Like once the doors open and COVID is really calmed down, even with general mask wearing, you're going to zoom right back out because people also can't wait.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we go to some pretty awesome locations, and we miss it. We miss our people, and we miss our people that have these locations, and they do it to upkeep those locations, and they need to, they need to have the income too,
They need some kind of funding.
Did you ever visit the Cornstalk in New Orleans, the mansion?
No, and JoJo just been here not that long ago. She just went to but I want to go to Myrtle. I want to go to Myrtle.
Oh, and the Orleans Bourbon Orleans Hotel.
Yeah,
that one has ghosts that grab you in the bed.
Ooh.
They have a sign over the
Mom, go to bed.
That if there's any physical touching in bed, it's not their responsibility. 2 women are standing on either side of me telling me about I'm there doing Hex Fest, and they're both telling me, I'm in the bed and this man grabbed me around the waist, and I'm reading the sign and I'm pointing the sign. I said, look, see, the hotel's not responsible. But that does happen a lot in the Bourbon Orleans.
Bob says I'm in.
Bob, I'm in. Bob wants to get groped in bed.
He'd be the first one down saying, go ahead. And then it would happen and he'd run.
No, then he'd turn around and go, Gina, somebody grab me. Gina kicks her butt.
New Orleans is very haunted. Every hotel I've stayed in New Orleans from 2010, I've had a physical apparition haunted experience. More than Salem, more than any other city. New Orleans. You want to get haunted, go to New Orleans.
Yeah. The most haunted place that I've ever been was a place that in half of it, I think maybe probably all of it's probably torn down now, is Belchertown. It was a state school. And and like you're not supposed to go in the buildings and everything like that, but you could walk through the properties, But there was a building and it was like open, that just you could just walk in. We did, and that was where there's a sunken basketball court there. I got on my FLIR 15 apparitions walking on my FLIR, that's just a thermal camera. So I have them walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They were like going to come out to play basketball, and we interrupted them. So they're residual hunt. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah, like ambulance residual. Yeah.
So they're there and they're just living their lives, but they're feeble-minded, But they ripped this building down. But I have that. I actually have that tape on here. But I do. If you want to see it, would you like to see it?
Yes,
Yeah.
we love ghosts.
Let's
We
see,
really
yeah.
were like, yeah.
And when you're finished with that, and Miss Fox has a question, so we'll put that one up
Okay.
next.
Okay.
Don't be afraid of that device. It's just so we can hear you talk. Now you see the purple. That people are bright orange, red, orange and light colors. That purple, that's void of heat. So there's no heat. So this is a short clip of the big clip of them. Hi. And she's not, my friend Sue, she's not believing that they're even there. And so he's standing right in the middle there. He's like, I don't know what to do. Keep coming, it's okay. We're not gonna hurt you. Right there, look at. And then he's walking away. Don't be afraid of us. Come in. If that's you, come in. Okay. So
Thank you. That was fabulous.
that's a short clip of the big clip. The big clip is like 15, 20 minutes long, and there's actually 15 apparitions.
Really
And one up above looking down because it's chain link fence on either side, on the sunken basketball court. So one was holding onto the fence and looking because I was looking around too. Because I have never seen any kind of evidence like that ever. But anything they see on TV, But that's like a lot of the things I get are like that,
So cool.
That was fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. But when you got to go just New Orleans anywhere.
Right?
Any place.
Yep.
You'll enjoy it. It's a
Plus,
great trip.
I think too, because of the people that are there, the energy between the witches, the warlocks, the voodoo and the hoodoo and everything else. That's the community.
Prince Mary was fabulous.
Joe Robichaux, he's down there, and he's from Salem, and he knows everything, fairy folklore, all those different, things in voodoo and hoodoo and everything else, magic in general. And he moved down there. Now he's like in heaven down there.
Oh yeah, it's great down there. We love it. We love going down there. We go every August.
Awesome.
Christian Day and Brian Kane run Hex Fest. We're doing WitchCon 2 this March. A live event with Christian Day and Brian Kane, WitchCon. Yeah, we do a lot of events, and now we just started, like I said, Esoteric New York City, and we're doing live stream. And this Sunday, I'm doing the Invocations on Occult Masterclass with the 21 Tarot invocations. And Saturday night, we have live readings like we did tonight.
Beautiful.
Reading people live, answering questions. So who was next for a reading?
Okay, next was Miss Fox. She wanted to know, when is she moving? Hold on a second. Am I going to move back east?
Okay, a lot of moving tonight, huh?
Everybody wants to move.
I know. I don't ever want to move again. I'm done moving.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Forget about it. Oh my God.
Hey, forget about it. I've been in the Bronx all my life. Hutsu, we're here for good.
I'm here for the count.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lived in Massachusetts my whole life, but now I'm in Pennsylvania. But there was big truck, I have a big, huge house. It's full, and I got rid of so much stuff before I came here, and I'm just already busting at the seams.
My left hand is itchy. Something's coming.
I know, right? I'm watching that.
Yeah,
So
very itchy. Something is coming. Something is good coming for her. I think she's going to move back east.
Wait, who, Mama, do you know who this is? Lisa Marie Stanley? You know her?
Yeah. Honey, if you have a question, pop it into the chat room. Direct question. The
Yeah,
ladies will help
they're
you.
pulling cards. They're both pulling cards.
Yeah, the birds with the tree.
Absolutely. Oh, you're gonna not only move, girl, you're gonna have help.
Ha!
Well, that's always good to have.
You're coming back to where you want to be in your glory, and there's going to be help coming, whether it's two men, female, male, couples, whatever. I like doing this.
I know, right? You look very comfortable doing that.
I'm a giant child trapped in an adult's body. I want to play. No, seriously, you're going to have some help coming along with it. So yes, and be happy to accept the help. Don't feel bad. Take it.
Yes.
You help everybody else all the time. Guides are telling me it's time you got some help. Next.
Amen.
Okay. I'm waiting for Lisa Marie to post her question into the chat room. Angel, all I'm going to do is type it in.
Yeah.
Now,
Now, this one here, what is this about here? I want to know. I slept at the asylum in
Jerome.
Rome with my husband. At 5 a.m., the TV volume went full blast. Which asylum are you talking about? I would like to know. I've been to so many asylums.
The one in Jerome?
I don't know what.
In Jerome? Mm.
I never heard of Jerome.
No. Oh, wait, hold on. Rome Grand Hotel. Many alleged hauntings have occurred. The whole town. Jerome is that New Orleans?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Annie Fox. Hey, girl.
No,
Okay. Jerome, Arizona. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I have not been there. I'm an East Coast girl.
Yeah, me too.
There's a lot of haunted places though that I want to go out there. Like that, that's the question I wanted to ask you. What's on your bucket list? Where would you guys like to go that you haven't gone yet?
That's a good question. Where would you like to go?
You too, Mama.
I mentioned it earlier to see the Northern Lights.
I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, right. I go to
Brooklyn.
I go to Brooklyn right now. I don't care. I'm going to get out of here.
Let me get out of here.
I want to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched a movie that had Northern Lights on it last night. Really crazy movie.
I want to go to Italy.
Me too.
I want to go
That's
to
my
Italy.
place. And then in a haunted place over there, I want to go to the island of Poveglia.
I want to go into the catacombs in Naples, where they have all the bones buried down there, and they do all kinds of magic.
Yeah.
Alaska.
Praying to the dead. But you know what else is very haunted is New York City. I should mention that. Like the Jumping Jamel Mansion, the White Horse Tavern, East Village.
Sleepy Hollow.
East Village.
Sleepy Hollows. Yeah, that's the same.
It's crazy down there. It's very haunted.
Oh yeah, and Staten Island, you got Chrysler Mansion.
All of New York City is haunted because it's such an old city. And just think how many millions of people have died here.
The Campbell Lounge in Grand Central Station.
Yep.
It's a bar now, but somebody used to live there. That's totally haunted.
The Chelsea
And
Hotel
people
is
don't even
haunted.
know it's there. It's this cute little bar right there in Grand Central Terminal.
Yep.
I know some of the places are so inconspicuous looking.
Royalton Hotel is haunted.
It's crazy. Or when people add on to places or take away from places, like we do a ghost hunt at the Knickerbocker Hotel in Linesville, New York, and it's like crazy haunted, and it was like the hotel was attached to a theater next door, and you can still see where the doorway was, which is blocked off now, so the actors would go back and forth, or they lived over here and worked over there or whatever, but now it's blocked off. But man, what a crazy place, but
Okay, we have Lisa Marie's question.
Okay.
I'm not sure how we're going to do this one. She says that I've made a decision in my love life. Again, I'm afraid I made the wrong choice. So help her with her love life. Did she make the right choice?
Lisa, did you make a choice to go back with your marriage?
There's about a 30-second delay in what we say to what comes in this chat.
ask if she made a mistake or not.
She's got a second question as well. How far do I quit and my new job? And
No.
she said no.
Okay.
She came to me once for a reading and a healing, and by the time she got to the end of my driveway, she vomited.
Oh.
She got so stressed. A
Oh.
few other clearings, but it needed to be done.
She looks like she made the right
Yeah.
decision.
I don't see anything
I
here.
dropped the cards. I'm sorry. I gotta move
There you
you.
go. That's the card you need.
I moved
Maybe it's
this card
maybe it's
out of the way.
card.
It's talking about her. Okay. So I moved it out of the way.
Okay.
This is talking directly about her. But
He wanted to go back to friend zone.
this is a renewal of something, like the spring, the flowers renew. So there's a renewal or even a second chance or whatever for a commitment. And then the commitment looks stable. So I don't know. It looks fine to me. It actually looks really nice. And then you don't want to see the ring by itself. The ring is a commitment. Because you might get into a commitment, and where does it go? But
What kind of ring is that, though? Is that a diamond ring or is that a clatter ring? Because she says he wanted to go back to friend zone. Maybe he's giving her a clatter ring for his friends.
This one is just a ring, fancy ring.
Too bad.
All right. But I see the anchor next to it, which is telling me that it's a long-standing commitment, a long-standing
Relationship.
relationship, right? You know,
So how long have you known
and I
this?
see the flower, the bouquet, which is beautiful. So I don't get it. If she thinks she made a mistake,
I got the same thing. I have the Four of Cups, which means the answer is in front of your face, even though the Two of Pentacles, you're vacillating back and forth, but it's stable. Four of Pentacles, not moving. As a matter of fact, you have two fours. Fours are squares, which means they're cemented. They're four sides.
you have a cube.
And what was the second question?
The second question was, and my new job, to what point do I push?
For what?
To what point she's got a new job, so she wants to know how far she can push to get the things that she wants.
He wanted to go back to a friend zone. They need to talk, because I don't know. My cards look very positive.
I know. I want to know how long you guys were together. Like what, or off again, on again. You know them
Or
for.
it could be one of those platonic relationships that works. I don't know their situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. You see what the card said, so
Yeah. And then
How far should she push? How low?
how far should she push the relationship?
No, for her job.
Over a year. Okay. They've been together over a year, and then he wants to go back to friend zone. Well,
It's very stable, though. He just tell him
Yeah,
yes
oh,
into death. Get that money. Get the spoon and talk to him on the phone.
It could be that he's
He'll be
taking
out
it.
of
He
friend
wants
zone.
to take it easy until he sees where it could go. Like we've been talking 2 minutes, so feel him out. I think maybe he's just trying to see where this goes, because the cards look really positive to me. So
Me too.
I'm kind of at a.
okay. Well, there you go. See, talk to him and see what happens. Maybe he'll change his mind. But Jonice is back. Jonice, do you have a question that you might want to ask them to get a card for you? Oh,
She just said, yes, I have a question.
What is the question?
Before we answer Jonice, let me just tell her, push. You could push to the middle and then stop, because if you ask too far, it's gonna cut everything off completely. You'll be like jumping off the cliff. It's like you want to edge along, but don't edge too close to the cliff with asking for what you want to work or pushing for what you want.
Yeah.
Jonice, you got to type in your question there. So
I got kind of like go with the flow, put it on hold for a while, and then the end result is positive.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just like, be careful
Same
with it, though.
thing in different words. Yeah.
Jonice girlfriend, what's up?
Jonice.
I know. What's your question, Joni? You got to type a question. Quick like bunnies, because we have 10 minutes left.
Yep.
We're waiting on you, Jonies.
She's coming.
She will. She's
So it's
coming.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Aw, she's such a good soul.
Yeah.
Love her.
So will my husband's
nice.
daughter
Having us on tonight, and allowing me to bring my beautiful guest.
Oh, absolutely.
I was her plus one.
So will my husband's daughter say sorry?
No.
No. Just no. She's just
First thing popped out of her mouth.
yeah. No. Well, what do my cards say? Is there a future there? I mean, I know the relationship too, so it's a strained
Sometimes
thing.
the person who marries the other party ends up getting the blame for all the things the parents couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it is.
Somebody else listening to this?
It happens. I'm seeing it happen myself. I understand it. But, it's just, you're actually getting the blame for what the parents couldn't accomplish. She's taking it out on you. And the only way to stop it is to stop caring. It doesn't matter if she says she's sorry or not.
Well, we did.
Even saying she's sorry won't change it because it's going to happen again.
Right. We did. Yeah, they are what they are. People, she's not going to change. She's not going to change her stripes, And we did a burning ceremony, too, to release all that stuff. And I think you just got to go with that. You can only be the best version of you that you can be, and if other people can't see then you know what? See ya.
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But you know what? The relationship will always be stressful, strained, maybe. Maybe over time as we age, it'll get a little better. She ages, it'll get a little better, but it's always going to have that strain to it.
Yeah. Well, it hurts feelings. It's hard to let things.
I get a yes, but it's only to keep the peace.
Yeah.
It's not, like this is a really good card, the house, but the other cards indicate like a yes, but it's only to keep the peace. So
that's what I mean. Over time, she may mature a bit.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a sincere.
I love you, Joni.
Yeah.
Blessed be, girl.
I see.
And thank you, Jonice, for introducing all of us to the show tonight. That was very, very nice of you to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. And she asked me this a couple of years ago even. She's like, "Oh, you got to have Lady Rhea on. You got to have Lady Rhea on." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." But I always work with agents and and they're sending me stuff and I'm booking, and I book 6, 7, 8 months in advance.
Yeah,
so
we're booked till the summer.
Yeah, next year I'm booking next year. Yeah, summer next year.
Wow. And we congratulate you on a fabulous.
Yeah. I like your screen look.
Yeah,
it's really
beautiful.
nice.
You do a great job. Great interview, both of you. Really beautiful ladies.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to be here tonight. And I have my Rhea with me. I feel good. Yes.
I know. It's like the friends. It's like, I having Mama D with me. You know what I mean? I love that
friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now she says that.
Yeah.
Best friend. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, she is. Where are you, Gina? In 44th.
Where am I? I'm in 44th. You gotta say it right, like with the massal accent. 44th. It's by
44th.
Well, 40 settlers established 44th. That's where it came from. They were French settlers, and there was a big, Battle of Wyoming. We have Wyoming Ave in front of my house. My house is like 100 years old, so there's a lot of history with my house.
It's a castle.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. Haunted. It's haunted for sure. And the Dennison house down the street's the only one older than it, and that is haunted. And yeah, big time. But the Battle of Wyoming went down the street here and everything. So there's a lot of big history around this area between Indians, the settlers, and the Civil War and stuff. So I always said if I was ever going to leave Massachusetts, the only place that I would even consider living would be Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
And lo and behold, I meet Bob, fall in love, and move to Pennsylvania. And my family is all still up there. So it was meant to be, and I said that years and years and years and years and years ago. The
That's
only place that
beautiful.
I would ever go.
You
got
knew.
it.
See,
Yeah.
that's the witch in you. That's what I was answering. If you have to ask if you think how do you know you're a witch, then you already know because it's in you.
Right.
It's in you too, both of you. You make beautiful witches.
Thank you.
Especially doing butterfly magic. We love butterflies.
Yeah, she does the butterfly magic. I consult my foxes. The old Philly prison. Yeah.
Here for tomorrow, correct?
So many things. All right. What are you doing? What are you doing tomorrow?
You wanted a deer for tomorrow, so
Yes, we need a deer. Yep.
You got it. It'll come.
One deer.
One deer coming up. We need a deer.
When I used to have my store, I was at City Island for a while, which is a part of the Bronx. It's a big seafood area, but it's an actual island that was owned by the Native Americans. They used it for summer trading and hunting. So going over the City Island Bridge one night, I said to the cab driver, you have to be careful because there's deer out here. He said, deer? He said, get the hell out of here. There ain't no deer here. Weeks later, he sees a deer from the side of the road. First he thought it was a dog.
Yeah.
He said, what are you calling them? I said, yes, I called deer.
I wanted to prove it to you.
I wanted to prove
Right?
it.
Exactly. Like I said,
I'm driving City Island 20 years. I'd never seen a deer. I said, they're here. Be careful at night. They're here.
yeah, like I said, my foxes, I send them out. I'll talk to people.
As bad as this COVID time is for us to have to quarantine and everything else, it is great for Mother Earth because I had flocks of wild turkey walking up my street. Yes, I live in the country, but they've never been here. I've had deers, we see them a lot, and I saw Gina here for the first time, and I don't know how long. Nobody's ever seen it. We've had a fox in the neighborhood, and it was like, oh, hello.
Yeah,
go tell Gina I'm fine.
And this is
All
the
the
Bronx.
humans are staying away.
So this is the city.
Yeah.
We have wild turkeys. We have deer.
Pheasants.
We have pheasants. We have possums. We have raccoons.
Rabbits.
Skunks.
Oh, skunks. Oh, yeah.
Oh
my God.
Nature here. There's all of the botanical gardens, Bronx River Park, Pelham Bay Park, Van Cortlandt Parks. There's a lot of parks in the Bronx too. We still have a lot of country life.
Oh yeah, it's pretty nice.
This urban setting. That's why we love the Bronx. Staten Island is like that too.
Staten Island, my old partner at the radio show is a psychic from Staten Island, Chris George, and so he knows where all the haunted places are on Staten Island. But there's a lot going on. But Lisa Marie says, does being in the year of Aquarius, or what does
it mean to be in the year of the age of Aquarius?
But because we're like changing regimes right now.
Yeah.
Well, that started back in the late '60s. That it was the dawning of the age.
No, this is actually it.
This is actually it now. So just think, if they were saying about the dawning, that was about maybe 50 years ago. So it took 50 years to come back, to actually come into the portal. This is the portal we're walking through.
You're in each sign like 2,000 years.
It's a calendar. We just had that with Micah Dank because he's a astrologist, astrotheology.
Astrotheology.
Okay. And we are actually in the age of Aquarius. And every age, like the age of Taurus, the age of this, that was a different regime taking over a class of people.
So this was the age of Pisces. Now we're in the age of Aquarius, which is more about technology.
That's
and
my
computers.
Point. When we were kids, we were hearing about this. And now we're living it.
All about communities and humanity and altruism. It's a completely different sun sign. Well, sign. And each age lasts like 2,000 years.
Right.
The Piscean age was back when Jesus was around.
Right. And Taurus,
the opposite. The fisherman and the virgin. Now we have the Aquarian and the Leo. So we want to shine with all of our technology. So years ago, when we watched Dick Tracy, he talked to his watch.
Yeah, he had that
Now
Yeah.
wristwatch. Remember that?
okay.
Yep.
We watched the Jetsons. They had automatic food and they had automatic phones,
Yeah.
phones that they held in their hands. Like
Mhm.
we still had phones on black Bakelite dial phones, which are worth a fortune
Oh yeah,
now.
I love
30
those.
seconds.
All right, Blog Talk is going to be ending. We can
Okay.
still hang and yap some more if you guys really want to.
No, we're gonna go to. I'm gonna head home, and she has
Okay.
to work tomorrow. Yet she still has Friday.
Yeah.
But this has been such an honor and
Thank
a
you.
pleasure being with you, ladies. And we hope in your years ahead you remember us and plan to have us again.
Absolutely, you guys.
We'll
are
definitely come on together. We love being on together.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Riri Show.
The
I
Riri
love-
Show.
Yeah, Mama D, Gina B, and the Riri's.
And yeah,
We're gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
thank
All
you,
right,
Miss
well,
Fox.
very much, everybody. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Yep.
we definitely will be watching.
Yeah.
We love ghosts.
You'll see me in
Anything
the
you have
comments.
on your ghost shows, do me a favor. Shoot it into my messenger because I'll put it up. I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Always sharing our pages. We love you.
We'll
Get
do
you in the comments.
All right, we're gonna play our.
Hey, thank you all. Thank you, Jonice. Annie Fox. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you again for joining us for another episode in the Fox Den. We're here every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you a variety of guests, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and our Anchor venues. We would love it if you would go to our YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, and please subscribe, share, and definitely hit the notification button to never miss a show. We'll see you all next week, and subscribers, watch for our pop-up shows as well.